Divine hero, single female lead, sweet love. After the college entrance examination, Yuan Lang found a system that allows unlimited returns as long as his parents become a spendthrift. Mom and Dad, I got into college. Let's go on a trip and celebrate. I started my business and made some money. Take this 10 million yuan and buy a new house to live in. You too should spend this 1 billion quickly, not a penny left. In the eyes of outsiders, Yuan Lang is a wealthy second generation who uses money to smash people. In the eyes of his parents, Yuan Lang is a great filial son who has achieved success in his career. Yuan Lang. I rode without paddles all my life, relying solely on the waves. Chapter 1. Unlimited returns for parents who lose the family. You are listening at Novel Full. Audio. Parallel World, Jinghai City, Jinghai University. Today is the day for new students to report, but a welcoming spot seems somewhat disharmonious. Outside the school gate, under a cool shed. A young man with a horse face was looking aggressively at a girl across from him. Junior, this is not that I am unreasonable. My green water ghost is the original genuine version, priced at over 70,000 yuan. I just let you damage it. What do you think I should do? The horse-faced man waved a watch in his hand and said. The girl across from her, dressed in simple clothes, tightly gripping the corners of her clothes with her two little hands, biting her lips with her teeth, looking helpless. Over 70,000. These three words keep circulating in the head of Xiaoyu. She felt dizzy before her eyes. How much money can grandma earn from farming for a year? It seems like 7,000 yuan. That is to say, if you want to compensate for this watch, grandma will have to plant it for 10 years. Senior, I didn't mean to. Sorry, I will compensate. I will find a part-time job later. Xiaoyu plans to compensate for this watch on his own without telling his grandmother. If grandma knew, she would definitely find a way to raise money for her. But her grandmother worked hard to raise her and sent her to college. She had already put in too much effort, and she couldn't bear to let her grandmother suffer again. She has long heard that after entering university, she can work part-time and earn a lot. But upon hearing these words, the horse-faced man laughed. How much money can one earn from part-time jobs? 10 yuan per hour, 20 yuan. Even if you work every day for 4 years in college, you can't afford it. How about this? I think you look pretty good, you. Many people around me heard this and were discussing it one after another. Isn't that Senior Lu Xiao? It is said that Senior Lu Xiao's family is already wealthy. This woman is a new student, isn't she? She's dressed really tacky and offended Senior Lu Xiao. How will she stay at Peking University in the future? Rolex Green Water Ghost, the watch I've been dreaming of. I really envy Senior Lu Xiao, it's great to have money. Most people envy Lu Xiao, some sympathize with Jiang Xiaoyu who keeps his head down, while others gloat at. But at this moment, bursts of piercing engine roar interrupted Lu Xiao's words. Immediately after, a jewel-red Porsche rushed over. A beautiful tail flick stopped next to the welcome point, lifting up fallen leaves. This scene immediately shocked everyone present. It's too windy. Then, a young man walked down from the co-pilot. He has a tall and straight figure, with clean short hair, wearing a suit pants and a white shirt, just like the male lead walking out of a manga. The light shines brightly. In the driver's seat was a chubby black man who neatly turned off the car, got off the car, and stood behind the young man. Full of a dog-like appearance. Lu Xiao felt instantly overwhelmed by more than one head. He even went to the store yesterday to see this car, it costs over 2 million yuan. He wanted his father to buy it for him, but his father didn't give it. What are you two doing? This is the welcoming point of Peking University, not a parking space. Lu Xiao immediately pointed to Yuan Lang and Shunzi and said. Upon hearing this, Yuan Lang took off his sunglasses and looked at Lu Xiao. "Dude, why is your face so long? Did you have any illness?" Yuan Lang smiled and said, revealing his white and neat teeth. "What strength, dare you point at me and shout?" This sentence instantly blocked Lu Xiao's chest, making him so angry that one Buddha was born and two Buddhas ascended to heaven. What he hates the most is when others say he has a long face. He once wanted to go for plastic surgery, but he was afraid of pain. "I said this is a welcome point, not a parking spot. If you don't get out of here, I'll call the security guard." Lu Xiao gritted his teeth and said, "Welcome, there's nothing wrong with that. I just came to report. Let me introduce myself, Yuan Lang, a 2023 freshman from the School of Computer Science and Technology at Tsinghai University." Yuan Lang looked at the school gate ahead, his eyes filled with longing. "After 3 years of hard study in high school, I lived up to expectations and was admitted to this prestigious university. And after the college entrance examination, Yuan Lang also obtained a system. Parents are a spendthrift, unlimited return system. As the name suggests, as long as his parents spend money, he can receive systematic cashback. The lowest is double, the highest is unlimited, and there is also a chance to critical strike and receive various additional rewards. This Porsche is a product of critical strikes." At this moment, Yuan Lang once again received a prompt from the system. "Ding! Your mother purchased a pet cat for 1,000 yuan. The system provides a 100-fold refund. Congratulations to the host for obtaining 100,000 yuan. This return generates a critical hit. Congratulations to the host for obtaining a cat cafe. The location is as follows." Yuan Lang checked and found that the location of this cat cafe is right next to Tsinghai University, a 10-minute walk away. "Look, I didn't do anything and earned 100,000 yuan for nothing. There's also a cat cafe. Nothing else, brother Tongzi awesome." Yuan Lang smiled and looked at Lu Xiao. "Is there anything else, security guard?" "Security? I'm not like a security guard." Lu Xiao trembled with anger and glared fiercely at Yuan Lang. "I'm not a security guard, I'm the senior in charge of this welcome point. My name is Lu Xiao. This is not a parking spot, how many times do you want me to say it? Drive away, the parking spot is over there." Lu Xiao almost roared out. Yuan Lang dug out his ears and turned his head to look at Shunzi behind him. "Shunzi, go and park the car. We are high-quality people and cannot park randomly. Look at how angry this security guard is, it's all broken." Yuan Lang said with a playful smile. Shunzi, also known as Li Shunqing, was his close ally. He was a good brother who grew up wearing pants and was admitted to Tsinghai University with him next to Tsinghai Technical College. After Yuan Lang obtained the system, he couldn't spend all the money in his hand. He ate delicious and spicy food with Shunzi, feeling very happy. Shunzi has decided that he will be Yuan Lang's full-time lackey in this lifetime. In one sentence, what's wrong with being a dog? Pushy. At this moment, Jiang Xiaoyu couldn't help but laugh out loud. It's not that she wants to laugh, it's just that she can't help it. Yuan Lang's constant attention to security guards is simply hilarious. And this also completely angered Lu Xiao. "You still have the face to smile. Hurry up and lose money, otherwise I won't let you enter the gate of Peking University." Lu Xiao raised his hand and gave Jiang Xiaoyu a push. It took a lot of effort. Jiang Xiaoyu let out a cry of surprise, stepped back, lost balance due to unstable center of gravity. At a critical moment, fortunately Yuan Lang had quick eyes and quick hands, and helped her. Yuan Lang looked down and was immediately startled. What a beautiful girl. The skin is snow-white, like condensed fat, with a beautiful appearance and a slight frown, making one's heart unable to resist a feeling of pity. Especially those watery peach blossom eyes, shy and timid. Not only that, her figure was also excellent, with her delicate and boneless body half lying in Yuan Lang's arms, making him feel a bit restless. In an instant, Yuan Lang only had one feeling, which was that I was in love. Security guard, what's the compensation for? I packed it. Yuan Lang picked up Jiang Xiaoyu and casually said. I'll tell you for the last time, I'm not a security guard. She broke my Rolex Green Water Ghost and I spent over 70,000 to buy it. I must immediately compensate now. Lu Zhao's throat was hoarse, waving his watch and shouting. The dial of this watch is already broken, and the needle inside is also broken. It is indeed damaged. But Yuan Lang waved his hand with a relaxed and freehand expression on his face. What a big deal should I do? It's only 70,000 yuan. Seeing that you're in a hurry, those who don't know thought they smashed your egg. Shunzi, transfer money to this security guard. Under the command of Yuan Lang. Shunzi immediately walked over and transferred money to Lu Xiao. Is there anything else? If it's okay, you can just cool off on the side. Shunzi, have you ever seen such a stingy person? He's so anxious about a broken watch worth 70,000 yuan. He even pushed a girl, isn't he a man? Yuan Lang waved his hand as if driving away a fly. Yes, Brother Lang, the personality pattern cannot be too small, otherwise the face will become longer and longer. Shunzi's words matched perfectly, almost choking Lu Xiao. For a moment, he even doubted whether his face was really long because the pattern was not enough. He couldn't say a word now, so he could only give Yuan Lang a fierce glare and then turn around and leave. This time it's really embarrassing. Chapter 2. Children Coming Out of the Mountains. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. It wasn't until Lu Xiao walked away that a large number of onlookers at the scene started chatting enthusiastically. Oh my god, this Porsche is so cool, as if the exhaust is fragrant. Can I touch the wheels of the car? I feel like I can't afford a wheel in my lifetime. How handsome. It's like the male lead in a superhero novel. Junior, I'm also from the School of Computer Science. Let me take you to register. More than 70,000 yuan, without even blinking an eye, this is the second generation super rich. Compared to this junior, Lu Zhao's senior is far behind. That's right, they don't have as much money as others, their layout isn't as big as others, and they don't look as handsome as others. It's a complete defeat. This series of sounds, Jiang Xiaoyu didn't hear a word. Her cerebellum is buzzing, and she hasn't reacted yet. I broke Lu Zhao's water ghost, a famous watch worth over 70,000 yuan. And then the tall and handsome young man in front of me just helped me pay it back. This seems to be the plot from a TV drama. Jiang Xiaoyu lowered his head and mustered the courage to speak. Same. Classmates. Thank you, I will find a way to repay you with this money. Jiang Xiaoyu hesitated and said. Repay the money. You look down on me, you still have to pay back 70,000 yuan. I happen to be hungry now. If you want to thank me, please treat me to a meal, and this matter will pass. Yuan Lang smiled and said. You don't need to return it. Just treat him to a meal. How can this work? Although Jiang Xiaoyu's family is poor, her grandmother has always taught her that every drop of kindness should be repaid by a gushing spring. Moreover, this is not a drop in the bucket, but 70,000 yuan. For Jiang Xiaoyu, this is an astronomical number. Having just one meal to repay, Jiang Xiaoyu felt absolutely sorry in his heart. Money must be repaid, and meals must also be paid. Don't be fooled by her soft and weak appearance, but if you get it right, you can't even pull 9 cows. I'll treat you to dinner, and I'll slowly pay you back. Jiang Xiaoyu said decisively. Yuan Lang also saw that this girl was not the kind of vain and materialistic woman. Several senior students around have already started to tease, and have specially unbuttoned several clothes, saying that the weather is too hot. But Jiang Xiaoyu always lowered his head, afraid to look at Yuan Lang, and never thought of seducing him. Just thinking about repaying the money. Okay, then you can pay it back slowly. Let's go eat first. Yuan Lang smiled and said. Jiang Xiaoyu's heart suddenly breathed a sigh of relief. Grandma is right, there are still many good people in the world. If it weren't for Yuan Lang's help today, I really wouldn't know what to do. My name is Yuan Lang, and this is my son. Just call him Shunzi. Shunzi had already parked the car and the three of them walked into the campus together. Yuan Lang introduced. Ah. Aren't you a new student? Why do you already have a son? He's so old now. Jiang Xiaoyu's head did not turn for a moment. Cough. Yuan Lang, who was drinking iced cola, almost choked and laughed with a stomachache. He's my good brother. I said he's my son, that's just a joke. Yuan Lang explained. He could tell that Jiang Xiaoyu probably hasn't had much exposure to the internet. Although the attire was clean, it was quite worn out, and it was a style from a few years ago. Her heart is sensitive and fragile, and she is also quite insecure. I really don't know what family background it is. Yuan Lang didn't feel disgusted in his heart, but instead felt even more sorry for this girl. He swore that it was definitely not because Jiang Xiaoyu was good-looking. Oh, my name is Jiang Xiaoyu. From Yunnan province. Jiang Xiaoyu whispered. During their conversation, the three of them arrived at the three canteens of Peking University together. There are a total of 8 canteens at Peking University, and the 3 canteens have the best taste. Yuan Lang had already checked before coming. Eating in the cafeteria. Jiang Xiaoyu secretly lifted his head and glanced at Yuan Lang, then quickly lowered his head. He's so handsome. Can you make it for me if I don't eat in the cafeteria? Yuan Lang smiled and said. It's also possible. I brought the kitchen utensils, let's go buy some dishes. When it comes to cooking, Jiang Xiaoyu's voice becomes a bit louder. Bringing kitchenware to college. Yuan Lang looked surprised. Brother Lang, no wonder there's a clanging sound in this bag. So it's kitchen utensils. Can we still cook in the student dormitories of Peking University? Shunzi looked at the luggage bag in his hand, lost in thought. This is definitely not allowed. Little fish, you've wasted all these kitchen utensils and there's no place to put them in the dormitory. Yuan Lang spread his hand. Upon hearing this, Jiang Xiaoyu was so anxious that she almost cried. What should we do? I took a train all the way to Peking University, and it took me 3 days and 2 nights to turn things around. I finally brought my things to school, but was told they couldn't be used. I don't know. Jiang Xiaoyu said with a crying voice. She was a child who walked out of the mountains, and before her, no one had ever walked out of the mountains. The farthest place that the villagers have been to is the small town outside the mountain village. I don't even know what a university looks like. Even though Jiang Xiaoyu has fantasized countless times, he still cannot imagine how prosperous this big city is. Without access to the internet, she had no idea what university was like and had never been told. It's okay, why are you still crying? Seeing Jiang Xiaoyu wiping away her tears, Yuan Lang quickly comforted her. Let's go eat first, and I'll find a way to solve this problem for you. Yuan Lang comforted and said. The current Yuan Lang is the backbone of Jiang Xiaoyu. Although I have just met, Jiang Xiaoyu trusts Yuan Lang very much and treats him as a reliance. After all, Jiang Xiaoyu finally followed Yuan Lang and Shunzi into the cafeteria. The fragrance of various dishes immediately rushed to my face. There are long queues in front of many windows. Someone immediately noticed Yuan Lang. Look, that boy is so handsome. Wow. It's just like my male god, I'm in love. Can you help me get my contact information so that I can treat you to dinner? I won't give it to you even when it's time. I'll seduce him hard. Let him fall for me. It looks like a new student. I don't know if it's a little milk dog or a little wolf dog, but I like both. Oh my goodness, the shoes on his feet seem to be selling for over 10,000. Immediately, many girls set their sights on Yuan Lang. Upon hearing these sounds vaguely, Yuan Lang felt very helpless. If being handsome is a mistake, then his guilt is unforgivable. Hello, Junior. Are you here for dinner? At this moment, a heavily make-up schoolmate walked over. Her body exudes an attractive perfume smell. She is wearing a short skirt, black greasy silk stockings, a big wave, and a small sling on her upper body, which outlines an amazing scale and shows her maturity in sexiness. Her voice was sweet and coquettish, making many male students around feel their blood pumping. What a beauty! Yes, hello senior sister, you're so beautiful. Before Yuan Lang could even speak, Shunzi had already leaned in, his eyes lit up, and he looked like a pig. The senior sister glanced at Shunzi. This guy is not good. Looking, black and fat, with a smell of sweat on his body. I'm still holding a rag bag in my hand, obviously poor and dirty. She didn't pay attention to Shunzi at all, but took the initiative to take out her meal card and forcefully handed it to Yuan Lang. In contrast, Yuan Lang has an extraordinary aura, wearing a famous brand, and just a pair of shoes is worth more than 10,000 yuan. Put in more effort to catch him, you won't have to work after graduation. Junior, there's a spicy pot with a window in front that's really delicious. How about treating you to it, senior? After she finished speaking, she forcefully pulled Yuan Lang forward, unable to refuse at all. Who said there is no free lunch in the world? Isn't this just here? Chapter 3. Fake. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The prices of meals in the cafeteria are generally more affordable. But there are also expensive ones. Senior Black Silk paid over 100 yuan to treat her. From beginning to end, Shunzi's gaze never left her body. I almost had nosebleeds. Shunzi, listen to Dad's advice, you can't control this woman. Yuan Lang took advantage of the time when Black Silk Senior went to pick up chopsticks and said to Shunzi. I think I can. Shunzi is so ordinary, yet so confident. Beauty is like a bone-scraping knife. Yuan Lang continued to advise. It's okay, Brother Lang. I was born with a hard bone. Shunzi's head below took the upper hand and defeated the head around his neck. But Yuan Lang had already noticed that this senior sister clearly had a very high rank. Skilled at surfing in the ocean of love, not even a drop of water on my body. Compared to Yuan Lang, he is only slightly behind. Yuan Lang, didn't you say I invited you? I have money. Xiaoyu whispered and took out a small cloth bag from his pocket. There is also a little kitten embroidered on top of this small cloth bag, which is bulging inside. When she opened it, there was a pile of crumpled large bills inside, and even a few of them were stained with soil. But more, it's some change. There are also triangles stacked with a few coins, which add up to 50 cents. Wrap a cylindrical 1-cent coin with tape, and it adds up to $1. Yuan Lang's heart twitched. Nowadays, electronic payments are everywhere, and fewer people are using cash. Not to mention the 10-cent banknotes and coins. Can someone please help you? The food is here, let's eat first. Yuan Lang smiled and said to Xiaoyu. I don't know why, but every time I see Yuan Lang smile, Xiaoyu feels very relieved. But money still needs to be given, and this beautiful senior sister cannot be allowed to spend money. At this moment, Sister Haisai came over with a meal, her face full of smiles. Junior, try it quickly. Her only eyes were Yuan Lang. Yuan Lang smiled silently and picked up his chopsticks to eat. Shunzi has been hungry for a long time, and coupled with this being bought by a sexy older sister, even if it's feces, he can eat 10 pounds. After tasting a bite of potato chips, Jiang Xiaoyu's eyes widened instantly. Eat well. This is obviously potato, but it can make such a delicious taste. She quickly put down her chopsticks, took out 100 yuan and a pile of change from her small cloth bag, and placed them on the table. Then he pushed in front of Senior Black Silk. Senior sister, this is the money for the meal. Jiang Xiaoyu timidly said. What? Li Shanshan is foolish. She didn't take a second glance at Jiang Xiaoyu and Shunzi. She only wanted to invite Yuan Lang to dinner, but she didn't expect both of them to come over, so she had to buy a spicy hot pot alone. What does this little girl who keeps her head down want to do now? Pretend to be weak, pretend to be pitiful, and sell misery to gain sympathy. Hee hee. Li Shanshan can only say that she tore off this delicate white lotus flower with her hands, completely ignoring it. Little sister, I'll treat you to this meal. Take this money quickly, turn around and get your hair done, buy some cosmetics, and so on. We're all in college now, girls need to learn how to dress up. As she spoke, she stroked her hair and took out a lipstick from an LV bag, applying it to her mouth. This operation fooled even the little fish in the river. She has never used lipstick or any cosmetics. At this moment, she felt ashamed of herself and didn't even taste the spicy hot pot in front of her. However, just then, Lu Xiao arrived. Yuan Lang. He saw Yuan Lang and immediately shouted. After leaving just now, Lu Xiao became more and more angry. When did he suffer such injustice? And just now he also received news that Li Shanshan was showing off to Yuan Lang in the cafeteria and invited him to dinner. Damn it, this Yuan Lang must die. His shout immediately caught the attention of most people in the cafeteria. Eyes followed one after another. Jiang Xiaoyu instinctively shrank when she saw Lu Xiao. She thinks this big horse face is really scary, too fierce. Security guard, what's up? Yuan Lang happily spoke and even picked up a big shrimp to peel. In his spicy and fragrant pot, Li Shanshan specially added 5 extra prawns and charged her 10 yuan. Your whole family is a security guard. You even eat shrimp. I'm telling you, you offended me, Lu Xiao, you're done. I want to make it difficult for you to survive at Peking University. Lu Xiao stared fiercely at Yuan Lang and said. I'm really scared to death. Can you really become a security guard and not let me enter the school gate? Yuan Lang put the peeled shrimp into the bowl of Jiang Xiaoyu. Jiang Xiaoyu knows about big shrimp, but she has never eaten it before. And this is what Yuan Lang peeled for himself. Jiang Xiaoyu lifted his head and looked at Yuan Lang's handsome profile. A pair of peach blossom eyes are already full of affection. Are you renting a Porsche? I've seen many people like you. Shanshan, don't be fooled by him. His brand name is definitely fake. Lu Xiao hurriedly said to Li Shanshan. Li Shanshan is her ex-girlfriend. He was so mesmerized that he spent more than 40,000 yuan on Li Shanshan, but he didn't even touch her. But now Li Shanshan is sitting close to Yuan Lang, how can he bear it? Lu Xiao, you and I have already broken up. It's my freedom to have dinner with anyone I want. I beg you not to fuss and pester me. Your behavior is really low and very cheap. What is Li Shanshan's eye power? Yuan Lang's outfit, which adds up to at least 50,000 to 60,000 yuan, is all genuine and genuine. Unlike Lu Xiao, giving her a Chanel is still a high imitation, and she had already thrown it into the trash can. And what does this mean? Is Yuan Lang still driving a Porsche? This is really a golden turtle sun. Law. What a coincidence. Security guard, then we have quite a fate. But don't worry, Sister Shanshan is just a beautiful and kind-hearted person who wants to treat me to a meal. There's nothing between us. Yuan Lang smiled and said. Upon hearing his words, Li Shanshan suddenly became anxious. This damn Lu Xiao dared to interfere with her fishing. Seeking death. Lu Xiao, today I will explain to you clearly. You look ugly and stingy, and all the gifts you give me are fake. Why am I with you? You spent 1,000 yuan to buy a high-imitation green water ghost, boasting everywhere that you spent more than 70,000 yuan. Don't you lose it. I really don't want to see you again. When Li Shanshan said these words, the whole room fell silent. Then there was the deafening noise. Lu Xiao stood still, everyone was foolish. I have money. I am a wealthy second generation, and my green water ghost is real. What are you talking nonsense about? You vain woman, all you have in her mind is money. Lu Xiao was furious and cursed loudly. Seeing this, Li Shanshan also couldn't get used to him. Open your phone on the spot and find a video. Then play the video and increase the volume to maximum. In the video footage, there is Lu Xiao's proud big horse face. Shanshan, how about this green water ghost? It looks just like it's real. I didn't expect it to be a high imitation, it only cost 1,000 yuan. I bought you a Chanel bag with the money I saved. Do you like it? Hee, I even have an invoice. If someone doesn't open their eyes one day, I will intentionally damage this watch and ask them to compensate 70,000 yuan. Iron evidence. In front of ironclad evidence, Lu Xiao's face turned blue and his whole body trembled. Pop. Yuan Lang put down his chopsticks and got up to walk in front of Lu Xiao. Shunzi immediately followed. Security guard, your watch is fake. Then you lied to me and compensated you more than 70,000 yuan. This is a scam with a huge amount of money, and you will go to jail. As Yuan Lang spoke, he wiped the oil from his hand onto Lu Xiao's clothes. Lu Xiao dare not say a word. Behind Yuan Lang, Shunzi took out his phone and made a phone call in preparation for reporting to the police. Seeing this, Lu Xiao was completely panicked. No. If you have something to say, there are many people here. Let's go out and I'll give you the money back. Lu Xiao quickly said. But Yuan Lang sneered. What are you saying? I can't hear you. When you yelled at the little girl just now, wasn't your voice very loud? You even gave her a push, and it was recorded on my driving recorder. Apologize. Yuan Lang shouted loudly. Chapter 4. Mo Claw Cat Coffee. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. Previously, Yuan Lang had always had a playful and smiling face. But now, he became serious and his voice grew a bit louder, making Lu Xiao shiver all over. He was completely crushed by Yuan Lang in terms of momentum. I can't lift my head in all directions. Brother, give me face and keep your voice down. I'll refund you the money, and I'm willing to apologize, but don't be here. Lu Xiao lowered his head and whispered. But Yuan Lang is not used to him at all. Shunzi, make a phone call. Now is a society ruled by law, let's go through legal procedures. Yuan Lang said. Shunzi immediately dialed the phone. Lu Xiao is almost peeing. He didn't expect such bad luck. It's over. This matter really needs to be carefully scrutinized, and he will really be finished. One is to die in a shameful society in public, and the other is to go to jail. By comparison, it is still necessary to choose the first one. No, hang up the phone quickly, I apologize now. Lu Xiao quickly walked forward and grabbed Shunzi's arm. Shunzi looked at Yuan Lang and saw him nod before hanging up the phone. Then, everyone was watching Lu Xiao. Lu Xiao took out his phone and transferred money to Shunzi. I just received over 70,000 yuan and returned it to Shunzi in its original form. Shunzi certainly doesn't have so much money, that's Yuan Lang's money. Let Shunzi keep it, so he doesn't need to pay for it himself. How convenient it is. You can also give orders to Shunzi, it's satisfying. Brother Lang, the money has been refunded. Not a penny is missing. Shunzi Hui reports. Isn't that fake watch bought for 1,000 yuan? If you give him another 1,000 yuan, you can't let him suffer, can you? Yuan Lang regained his smiling expression. But these words were like a loud slap, fiercely hitting Lu Xiao's face. In his opinion, this Yuan Lang is just a smiling tiger, it's too scary. No need, no need. Where does Lu Xiao have the face to ask for this 1,000 yuan? He just wants to leave here quickly, or find an underground hole to drill in. But he still can't leave, he has to apologize. I'm sorry, I was wrong. Lu Xiao took a deep breath and spoke up. Who are you apologizing to? I want you to apologize to her, speak louder, otherwise you won't want to leave. Yuan Lang pointed to Jiang Xiaoyu and said. Helpless, Lu Xiao had to walk up to Jiang Xiaoyu and bow down to apologize. I'm sorry, this classmate, it was my mistake. Lu Xiao exclaimed loudly. Then he turned his head and ran straight out of the cafeteria. How can I continue to stay at this university in the future? I'm so embarrassed. I can only say that I have committed my own wrongdoing and cannot live. Yuan Lang sat down again and looked at Jiang Xiaoyu. Okay, the first question has been resolved. You don't owe anyone any money now, hurry up and eat. I'll take you to solve the second problem after finishing. Yuan Lang smiled and said. Jiang Xiaoyu has already cried. Tears kept dripping into the rice. In a short period of time, she experienced ups and downs, and her mood was really difficult to calm. Until just now, she was still worried about the matter of 70,000 yuan. Lu Xiao is right in saying that even if he has been working part-time for 4 years in college, it may not be clear yet. It's okay now, don't worry. And all of this is thanks to Yuan Lang. For a moment, Jiang Xiaoyu's heart was filled with excitement, gratitude, and indescribable. In a strange big city, everything seemed magical, leaving her feeling a bit at a loss. If it weren't for Yuan Lang, what would she do now? Junior, I have nothing to do with that Lu Xiao. Don't think too much about it. Li Shanshan leaned over and said, a fragrant breeze blowing in her face. Yuan Lang smiled and nodded. Thank you so much, senior sister, this time. If it weren't for my senior sister's help, this 70,000 yuan would have been cheaper for Lu Xiao. You're still so enthusiastic, treat us to dinner. I heard you say Lu Xiao gave you a fake bag. He's really discounted. Shunzi, please transfer the money to your senior sister and let her buy a real one. Yuan Lang waved his hand and said. He does not discriminate against women who worship money. What can be wrong with money? What is wrong with this world? Anyway, he has plenty of money and he doesn't like Li Shanshan himself. Can Shunzi give it a try? Shunzi listened and quickly took out his phone. Senior sister, let's add our contact information first. I'll transfer the money to you, or I can take you to buy it in a Porsche, either way. Shunzi hurriedly said. Let this chubby black guy accompany me to buy a bag. Li Shanshan felt a bit disappointed in her heart. She really wants this bag, but she prefers it to be taken by Yuan Lang to buy it. Shunzi is my best brother, I have half his money. Yuan Lang casually provided an assist to Shunzi. Suddenly, Li Shanshan's gaze towards Shunzi changed. Although I'm a bit dark and overweight, my facial features seem to be okay. And obviously it's easy to handle. It's just that I've wronged myself. Li Shanshan thought to herself that she had added friends with Shunzi. It's okay, you can try to approach Yuan Lang through Shunzi. The best result is being able to catch Yuan Lang. It's really not possible. Let Shunzi spend more money on him, he won't lose money anyway. Li Shanshan is already thinking about what kind of bag to buy. Little fish, hurry up and eat. There are too many people looking at me here, I feel socially anxious. Yuan Lang finished his meal and said to the slowly chewing Jiang Xiaoyu. What does social anxiety mean? Jiang Xiaoyu couldn't understand. Yuan Lang slapped his forehead and saw a small fish emerge from the mountains, equivalent to half a primitive person. How could he understand internet slang? It means being shy, I'm sorry. Yuan Lang patiently explained. Upon hearing this, Xiaoyu quickly nodded. Yes, then I also have social anxiety. There are too many people here, we need to leave quickly. Xiaoyu accelerated the speed of eating. She has never eaten such delicious food before. At this moment, Li Shanshan also took a few quiet glances. Most of the time, Xiaoyu lowers his head and his hair covers most of his face. But she still saw that she was a true beauty. As the saying goes, beauty lies not in the skin but in the bones, and this little river fish is top-notch in both bone and skin appearance. No wonder Yuan Lang, a high-quality wealthy second-generation, can take good care of her. But she also saw that this little river fish wouldn't seduce men and was too timid and introverted. A boy of this age, as long as he is willing to take strong medicine, will he still be mesmerized? Women chasing men, that's a layer of gauze. Yuan Lang and the three of them had no idea that Li Shanshan had so much inner drama. After finishing this meal, it's time to solve the problem with the kitchen utensils. Xiaoyu brought a set of kitchen utensils from home, which had been used for many years. In addition, there were some daily necessities such as changing clothes. To be honest, the matter of kitchen utensils is really difficult to handle. Of course, it can also be thrown directly, but that would be equivalent to harming Xiaoyu. By the way, cat coffee. Yuan Lang made a decisive decision and decided to put the kitchen utensils in the cat cafe first. There must be some place. Let's go, I'll take you to a place. Yuan Lang led the way out of the cafeteria. Then the problem arises, Portia only has 2 seats. There are a total of 4 people now. I'll drive with the little fish. Shunzi, you and your senior sister can take a taxi and follow behind. Yuan Lang spoke up. Shunzi was naturally overjoyed and quickly started taking a taxi. Li Shanshan wanted to follow, so she had to agree. Quickly, the 4 of them arrived at a cat cafe near Jinghai University, called Mo Claw Cat Cafe. At the prompt of the system, this cat cafe had already become Yuan Lang's industry. This is a commercial street located in the heart of the university city, with an excellent location. It is said that an aunt who sells pancakes bought 2 houses with full payment, and the annual rent for one shop here is as high as 1 million. Yuan Lang followed the system navigation and found this cat cafe. You can see many beautiful and lovely pet cats inside the door, and in addition, we also provide comprehensive services such as reading and coffee. There are many innocent and lovely female college students inside who are masturbating cats and taking photos with them. The 4 of them entered and immediately heard a piercing sound. Hey! Shoe covers and shoe covers, didn't you see that it says you need to wear shoe covers? Then, a woman with high cheekbones and thin lips walked over and pointed at Yuan Lang, saying. Chapter 5. You were fired. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Yuan Lang frowned and looked at the woman. She wears a badge and is the manager of this store. But Yuan Lang felt that she shouldn't appear in places like Cat Cafe. Is it appropriate for a cat to be so cute but so fierce? How did you talk to the guests? Even if it's a reminder, there's no need to point your hand at someone else. Shunzi became anxious and stood in front of Li Shanshan. Seeing this, Zhou Lili snorted. If you're not satisfied, you can go. Anyway, Cat Coffee doesn't lack customers. Her face is truly repulsive. You have been dismissed. Yuan Lang looked at her and spoke up. Dismissal. Who are you? Zhou Lili looked at Yuan Lang with a disdainful expression on her face. Hee, are you still fired? Get out of here. Where the hell did you come from? You've trampled on the floor. Do you think this is acting? Zhou Lili drives away the four of Yuan Lang. Jiang Xiaoyu dared not say a word, she couldn't understand why she came here. She only has one feeling, which is that the consumption here must be very high. It's not a place she can come. Li Shanshan was thinking that she could call the Consumer Association to report this store. But she didn't understand why Jiang Xiaoyu came to help with the kitchen utensils. This is completely out of reach. And Yuan Lang suddenly said, "You've been fired, what's going on? Does he want to buy this cat cafe?" Only Shunzi's heart had a faint hint of speculation. Because Yuan Lang told him that Porsche was a college gift from his parents, and he had already prepared it. He just went to pick up the car directly. So now this cat cafe is likely a gift from Yuan Lang's parents again. At this moment, Yuan Lang calmly took out his phone and made a call. "I'm Yuan Lang, I'm at Mo Claw Cat Cafe right now, okay, I'll wait for you." Then he hung up the phone and looked at Zhou Lili. "Do you think I'm telling a joke when I say I want to dismiss you? I am the owner of this store, Yuan Lang. I just called your store manager and he will be over within 3 minutes. Yuan Lang said calmly and calmly. Unexpectedly, Zhou Lili continued to mock. "I haven't even grown enough hair, kid. If you're the boss, I'll eat all the cat poop in the litter box. Our boss's surname is Liu, and his name is Mr. Liu. This store manager is also my relative. You're the only one who fired me. It's really ridiculous." Zhou Lili felt even more reckless when she heard Yuan Lang reporting his family name. The boss's surname is Liu. As a manager, she must know about it and has seen it before. This kid surnamed Yuan probably wants to act forced in front of women. It's really ridiculous. The commotion here also caught the attention of everyone in the store. And soon, a figure in a suit and leather shoes rushed over. Seeing Yuan Lang at the entrance of the store, he quickly spoke up. "Hello, Mr. Yuan. I am the store manager, my name is Zhou Ming. If you don't say anything when you come, I happen to be out to stock up." Zhou Ming said with a smiling face. He is the store manager responsible for the entire cat cafe, including purchasing cat food, litter, canned goods, etc. We also need to purchase some high-quality cats and keep them in the store to attract customers. Like the star cat in Mo Claw Cat Cafe, it is a cat called Bao Bao, which was cultivated by Zhou Ming with great effort. The large number of customers who come to the store every day are all aimed at the baby. "Is this manager Zhou Lili your relative?" Yuan Lang asked. Upon hearing this, Zhou Ming's heart sank. But he dare not lie. "Yes, she's my cousin from my hometown," Zhou Ming said. At this point, Zhou Lili was already dumbfounded. "Boss Yuan. Is this guy really the owner of a cat cafe? It's impossible. Did you force it in?" Yuan Lang looked at Zhou Ming with a smile, giving him great psychological pressure. Although he was just a young man, looking like he had just reached adulthood, it made him feel grand and didn't dare to take a breath. Because this young man has an indescribable aura of luxury. "Yes, Cat Coffee happened to lack a manager, so I let her do it." Zhou Ming lowered his head and said. "I'm firing Zhou Lili now, I don't want to see this person again. I don't need such employees in my store, they've dirted the floor." Yuan Lang sternly said. Zhou Lili suddenly felt thunderous. This job is really comfortable. Just sit here and give orders to the waiter in the store every day, drink free coffee and play with your phone, carefree, with a monthly salary of 10,000 yuan. But now if you say no, it's gone. Cousin, you're the store manager. Hurry up and tell me. Zhou Lili walked up behind Zhou Ming and whispered. Upon hearing this, Zhou Ming's brain exploded. This Yuan Lang is the new boss. He just bought a cat cafe today, and Zhou Lili, this idiot, can offend people to death. Do you still want him to plead now? Even Zhou Ming himself cannot be guaranteed. Shut up. Zhou Ming turned his head and said fiercely to her. Yuan Lang watched the play with a smile on his face. Are you the new boss? I am a waiter in the store, my name is Huan, and I am reporting this Zhou Lily. Yes, boss, I also want to report her. She doesn't do anything in the store and just comes to get paid for nothing. Boss, I have a video here where she hit the cat in the cat cafe. She doesn't love cats at all and doesn't deserve to work here. She even spanked her baby once, and the baby cried. The wall falls and everyone pushes. The service staff in the store have started to accuse Zhou Lily one after another. Are you going to rebel? Zhou Lily was furious and stared at these waiters. What about this store manager? How is he? Yuan Lang smiled and asked. Zhou Ming suddenly tightened his whole body. Maybe I'll have to get out of here too. The store manager is pretty good, and he treats cats very well. He works tirelessly. A lot of work is actually what Zhou Lily needs to do, but the store manager has helped her with it. The waiters are telling the truth. Yuan Lang nodded and immediately understood. Zhou Ming, if you don't want to work anymore, you can leave now. Take Zhou Lily with you and you will receive as much salary as you want, and you won't be deducted. If you want to continue working, then you can't let favoritism go like this. You will have to deduct 1 month's salary as a punishment. You can choose for yourself. Yuan Lang gave Zhou Ming 2 paths. Of course Zhou Ming chose the second option. It's difficult to find employment now. He really enjoys this job and his income is not low. If I leave now and have to go to the talent market to find a job, I will definitely not find a better job than this. Mr. Yuan, I know I was wrong, and I am willing to be punished. Zhou Lily will never appear in this store again. Zhou Ming lowered his eyebrows and said with ease. He still has a wife and children to support at home, with some elderly and some young. We must keep this job. Well, work hard, I won't treat you unfairly. But there's one thing I still want to tell you. Some incompetent and foolish vampire relatives, it's best not to interact with each other. This kind of person, if you want to give him a hand, he has to back down on his own. You can't help him. After Yuan Lang finished speaking, he looked at the waiters in the store again. If you report meritorious service, each person will receive a bonus of 1,000 yuan. Zhou Ming, get things done well. Yuan Lang instructed and walked into the cat cafe. Zhou Ming was full of bitterness. Didn't the bonuses for these waiters be deducted from his salary? This new boss, despite his youth, is very skilled. Huan, could you please have a few cups of coffee and display the store's sign? Is there a storage room here for that yellow-haired sister? Yuan Lang sat down, crossed his legs, and pointed the way. Jiang Xiaoyu didn't react from start to finish. Why did this store become owned by Yuan Lang? Li Shanshan's eyes lit up, staring at Yuan Lang, her legs unconsciously clenched. Chapter 6. My name is Yuan Lang. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Handsome. Too handsome. This time, it's not about being handsome on the outside. But rather the kind of guiding the country and wielding a strong and vigorous spirit. Who would have thought that a freshman who had just arrived at university and registered would actually be the owner of a cat shop? Li Shanshan guessed that the value of this cat cafe is at least 3 million or more. Yuan Lang is simply a representative of young and talented individuals, handsome and wealthy. Zhou Ming, a middle-aged man in his 30s, cowed out in front of him and was so trained that he couldn't even lift his head. Li Shanshan's eyes were hot, as if she wanted to swallow Yuan Lang. Boss, my name is Chi-Chi. The storage room is in the basement, where there are some cat litter and food. Do you have any instructions? The younger sister with yellow hair in Yuan Lang's mouth leaned over and bent over, saying to Yuan Lang. Her voice is very sweet, with a hint of a Bay accent. It's also a clip. Moreover, her bending posture was quite sophisticated, and Yuan Lang's eyes lit up as he looked over it. Sure. Shining headlights, blinding dogs. I have some things here that need to be temporarily stored in the cat coffee storage room. Take me over. Yuan Lang said. Okay, boss. Chi-Chi looked at Yuan Lang with affection. If I could become Yuan Lang's girlfriend, wouldn't I just become the boss's wife? Chi-Chi wants to seize this opportunity and change her destiny. But Yuan Lang grabbed Jiang Xiaoyu's luggage bag with one hand and Jiang Xiaoyu's wrist with the other, pulling her along. This scene immediately made all the women present feel a bit nervous. Especially Li Shanshan. She felt a bit uneasy, and now Yuan Lang's eyes seemed to only have this weak little white flower. Put your kitchen utensils here for now. This cat cafe is my industry, you can rest assured. Yuan Lang said to Jiang Xiaoyu. At this point, Yuan Lang had carefully taken out one kitchen utensil after another, wrapped it in plastic bags, and stacked it on an iron shelf in the corner. Chi-Chi, no one is allowed to move these things, nor can they be damaged in any way, do you know? This matter must be made known to every employee in the store. If anyone breaks it, they will be fired. Yuan Lang instructed. Good boss. Chi-Chi is completely confused. What kind of junk are these? In the eyes of most people, these kitchen utensils are indeed very shabby. There are obvious signs of use, they have been used for a long time. But for Jiang Xiaoyu, that is her treasure. There are a total of 2 pots at home, and she took one with her this time. Even with only one spatula, Grandma brought it with her, and she made a new one out of wood. So, these kitchenware are absolutely not enough to be thrown away. Seeing Yuan Lang so careful, Jiang Xiaoyu felt that his previously closed heart had quietly opened a gap. She has always been afraid of interacting with others, but it seems that Yuan Lang is different from others. After finishing this task, Yuan Lang felt relaxed all over. He walked out of the storage room and returned to his seat, just as he happily brought coffee. Yuan Lang tasted it and thought it was very good. Huan, are you very skilled? Yuan Lang praised it. He, thank you for the boss's praise. I have learned it. Huan proudly straightened her chest. But unfortunately, she doesn't have much background and is far behind Chi-Chi, let alone Li Shanshan. But Shunzi doesn't mind it. He's already overwhelmed. Li Shanshan is a top-notch beauty, with great killing power against young children like him. The female waitresses in the store also have their own strengths and weaknesses, and Shunzi likes them all very much. Boss, my name is Ayu. This is the star cat in our store, baby. Boss, do the patterns on the baby's back look like a heart? The baby can even bow, and call mom and dad. Another waiter approached, with a pair of long legs wrapped in white silk, appearing straight and slender. Shunzi had already secretly glanced at her several times. She was holding a short blue and white one in her arms, staring at Yuan Lang with big eyes. English short blue-white cats are not very expensive, and the normal market price is only around 1,000 yuan. The reason why babies can become celebrity cats is because they not only have distinctive features, but also are very intelligent. Baby, call daddy quickly. Ayu urged the baby and even pulled out a can of cat, shaking it in front of the baby. Boa boa. The baby immediately called out twice to Yuan Lang. It does sound like shouting dad. Sure, give the baby a can to eat and give it a reward. Yuan Lang smiled and said. Li Shanshan beside her was somewhat dissatisfied. Isn't it just called dad? She can do it too. Unfortunately, Yuan Lang did not give the opportunity. Can it call me mom? Li Shanshan first glanced at Yuan Lang, then asked Ayu. Ayu nodded. Of course you can. Come on, baby, call this sister mom. Ayu caressed the baby's head and said. The baby's throat was purring, but he looked at the little river fish. Muamua. It's called Jiang Xiaoyu and its mom. Upon hearing this, Yuan Lang immediately became happy. Good baby, ha ha ha. Hurry up and give it a can of food. This cat must be taken good care of, not even a single hair is allowed to fall off. Yuan Lang ordered to speak. Upon hearing this, Ayu's face stiffened. Which cat doesn't shed its fur? Unless it's a hairless cat. The boss's request is too strong and difficult for others. Ha ha ha, I'm joking. Look at how scared you are. Alright, you guys stay busy for now, let's leave first. After finishing his coffee, Yuan Lang stood up and said. Ah. Brother Lang, we won't sit for a while anymore. Shunzi couldn't bear to part with the ladies in the store. It's time to go back and see what kind of roommates they are. If you want to come, you can come anytime in the future. Yuan Lang punched Shunzi and walked out of the cat cafe under the respectful gaze of the female waitresses. He first sent Jiang Xiaoyu to the dormitory downstairs, and then walked towards his own dormitory. The dormitories at Peking University are all 4-person rooms with independent bathrooms, beds and tables, air conditioning and heating, and the conditions are very good. The accommodation fee is also not cheap, 1,200 yuan per year. The tuition fee is 4,500 yuan per year. Just these two things combined would cost 5,700 yuan per year. 4 years in college, that's 22800. For Yuan Lang, this little money is nothing, just a drop in the bucket. But Yuan Lang is worried about Jiang Xiaoyu. Given Jiang Xiaoyu's family background, her university life is likely to be very difficult. He wants to help Jiang Xiaoyu, but he cannot directly give money, which will hurt Jiang Xiaoyu's self-esteem. If it were Li Shanshan and Yuan Lang gave the money directly, she would be overjoyed. Thinking about these things, Yuan Lang arrived at A6121. Since obtaining the system, he has been feeling refreshed and effortlessly climbing up the 6th floor in one breath. Pushing open the door of the dormitory, 3 people inside were chatting enthusiastically. Today, a new student drove a Porsche and said it was from our college. It is said that the car is over 2 million yuan. A bull's nose fluttered and said. You're not right, I heard it's a car with over 2 million wheels. And that new student also dealt with a wealthy second-generation senior, hitting him in the face. A dwarf's face was filled with envy. Hee, your news is too fake. Let me tell you the truth. That new student's name is Yuan Lang, and it is said to be the illegitimate son of a big company owner. He just returned from abroad. His tiger body trembled, and Lu Xiao, the wealthy second-generation senior, knelt down on the ground and begged for mercy. The beautiful black silk senior sister threw herself into her arms and was already pregnant with his child. He has a mysterious bodyguard who is a retired Special Forces king. His name is Yuan Lang, and he and I are still from our own family. The last person, his mouth is very big and still has a sausage mouth, somewhat like the Usopp in the anime. Coincidentally, Yuan Lang walked in at this moment. They welcomed the 3 immediately. Brother, how did you come? We've been waiting for you all along, wanting to eat together and get to know each other. The next 4 years will be spent together. By the way, what's your name? The sausage mouth was very enthusiastic and asked. Upon hearing this, Yuan Lang smiled. My name is Yuan Lang. Chapter 7. 3 Roommates. You are listening at novelfull.audio. What? Yuan Lang. Is this Yuan Lang the same Yuan Lang they are talking about? The sausage opened its mouth wide and widened its eyes. Your name is Yuan Lang, and you are the one who reports in a Porsche? He quickly asked. Yuan Lang smiled and nodded. That's quite right. But your conversation is too exaggerated. I am still very low-key. Yuan Lang walked into the dormitory, pulled over a chair, and sat down. Let me introduce you. My name is Yuan Lang, an ordinary wealthy second generation. What an ordinary person. The other three almost choked to death. After a while, they regained their senses and began introducing themselves. However, it's a bit reserved to some extent. Nyo Noza's name is Zhou Daxu. He enjoys programming and dreams of becoming a programmer. The dwarf's name is Li Chao and he has no dreams. Sausage Mouth belongs to Yuan Lang's family, named Yuan Ting, and his dream is to become a journalist. But Yuan Lang thinks it's best not to be a journalist, he's suitable for developing at UC. Okay, let's have a meal together first and then chat slowly. Go to the restaurant at the south gate, I'll treat you. Yuan Lang stood up and said. Oh, how embarrassing. Let's hurry up then. I heard a senior say that there is a restaurant at the south gate that is particularly delicious. If we go late, we won't have any seats. Li Chao suddenly became excited, with a twinkling light in his small eyes. Yuan Lang always feels like his eyes are shining green. A group of 4 arrived at the south gate of Jingda. From the south gate, there is a food street with various snack stalls and restaurants, full of smoke and fire. Moving forward, you will find various hotels under constant fire. I don't know how many lives I have to bury here. Every day they entered a restaurant called Food is Heaven, sat down, and started ordering. Feel free, don't save me money. Yuan Lang handed the menu to the 3 people. Alright, brother. Thank you, Brother Lang. Li Chao was still very excited and began ordering. Yuan Lang glanced at him and found that he was particularly picky about expensive things. Is this person a hater of wealth? Or do you love to take advantage? Chaozi, Brother Lang is wealthy, but you can't be that kind of person, can you? There's too much, we can't finish eating it all. Zhou Daxu shook his head and said. It's okay, Chaozi, you can order whatever you want to eat. Yuan Lang said, took out his phone, intending to ask Jiang Xiaoyu what he was doing. He just remembered that Jiang Xiaoyu didn't seem to have a phone. Done, useless, lost contact. On the contrary, the news from Shunzi has never been interrupted. Brother Lang, I'm at school now. Brother Lang, Jinghai Technical College is really a good university, there are so many beautiful women. I arrived at the dormitory, Brother Lang. Our dormitory is really lively, there are 16 people. Hee, Brother Lang, your story has already been spread to our school. Many girls are crazy and asking about you. Wachao Lang Gu, you're hot. Look at Douyin, you're on the trending list. Langa, are you there? What are you doing? Have you eaten? Looking at Shunzi's news, Yuan Lang couldn't help but laugh. Then he opened the Douyin software. Sure enough, the first video on screen was him angrily scolding Lu Xiao in the school cafeteria. This video already has 150,000 likes and 200,000 comments. Yuan Lang opened it and saw some cursing Lu Xiao for having a long face and others praising Li Shanshan for being particularly hot. But most of all, they still worship Yuan Lang. Where is the strategist? Within 5 minutes, I need all the information about Yuan Lang. How did he do it? He looks so youthful, but he looks like a domineering CEO. I really want to be knocked out by him. Ah, I seem to be wet. This man with a horse face is really ugly. Is he really the second generation rich? Does the second generation rich still buy fake goods? I guess it's the kind of wealthy second generation who pretends to be fat with a swollen face. Hee, you guys are so stupid. This Yuan Lang is obviously fake, with a push behind his back. He's acting and trying to create an internet celebrity. In a few days, he'll start selling products. Many people are also criticizing Yuan Lang. I think this video is all fake and was shot with a script. Yuan Lang was scrolling through the video, and 3 roommates had already ordered the dishes. The service provided by this restaurant is indeed very good. There is always a waiter waiting nearby, serving tea and water, and the speed of serving dishes is also very fast. Li Chao almost wanted to order all the dishes on the menu, but Zhou Daxu and Yuan Ting stopped him and even crossed out many dishes. This made Li Chao somewhat dissatisfied, but after thinking about it, he couldn't say anything. Yuan Lang glanced and put down his phone. Daxu, Tingzi, I have to criticize you too. I can't spend all this money. Chaozi wants to help me spend some, but you won't let me. Let's deal with it first. I'll treat you to something expensive another day. Yuan Lang smiled and said. With Yuan Lang present, there can be no contradiction. The meal was very enjoyable, and in the end, it only cost over 400 yuan to settle the bill. And the super son didn't waste it, he basically ate everything. After a meal, they got to know each other better. Chatting and walking back, while digesting food. At this moment, Yuan Lang's phone rang. At first glance, he saw that it was his mother. Wave, after going to college, my heart is wild. I don't know if I can give my family a call. Yuan Lang's mother's name is Li Yueying, and she is a homemaker. Her biggest characteristic in daily life is her love for nagging Yuan Lang. I was just about to call you, Mom. It's troublesome to report to college. I've been busy all day and just had dinner with my roommate. Yuan Lang explained. He is indeed very busy this day. What kind of food did you have? How was the food in the cafeteria? Eat less junk food and drink more water, okay? Don't drink beverages. Li Yueying can talk about these things until dawn. Langzi, I am your father. Don't worry about what your mother says, college students should be free and easy. You should establish good relationships with roommates and not offend others. It's getting late, hurry up and wash up and go to bed. Dad has only 2 requirements. To graduate smoothly, and to seize the opportunity to talk about a partner and bring them home. Yuan Lang's father, Yuan Haran, snatched the phone and said. He is a small boss, but he is the owner of Xinhua bookstore, so he doesn't make much money at all. The situation at home is insufficient compared to before, surplus compared to below, living a peaceful life. The parents have no idea how much money Yuan Lang has now. I hung up the phone and almost arrived at the dormitory. Brother Lang, what do you do at home? I saw the latest news, someone said you were the illegitimate son of Douyin CEO. Yuan Ting approached and asked. That's definitely not true, but I won't tell you. Yuan Lang smiled and said. Just kidding, he has already gained a preliminary understanding of 3 roommates. If something lets Yuan Ting know, it means the whole world knows. Born from the heart, he is really a big mouth. Zhou Daxu spoke relatively little and was completely addicted to programming. Yuan Lang was worried about his hair. As for Li Chao, Yuan Lang also understood that Chaozi likes to engage in free prostitution. He likes anything given for free. Especially when it comes to begging for food, he is the most enthusiastic and has added a lot of new student groups and fellow villagers to encourage the group leaders to hold gatherings and treat them to meals. But they all said they want AA, or male AA, female free. In a fit of anger, Chaozi retreated from 18 groups, leaving behind a proud legend. There will be a class meeting tomorrow, and then we will receive military training uniforms. The military training will start the day after tomorrow. I heard that the military training at Peking University is particularly terrifying. The quilts and tofu pieces are all from pediatrics. The requirement is that you can eat instant noodles in the toilet. Returning to the dormitory, Yuan Ting didn't stop either. He always knows all kinds of news and doesn't know where to get it from. After a tiring day, Yuan Lang lay down early and fell asleep. After a night of fermentation, the next day, the entire capital learned about Yuan Lang's deeds. The popularity on the internet continues to soar. So, when Yuan Lang walked into the classroom, everyone was immediately stunned, followed by a series of screams. Chapter 8. That's pretty good. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. De co lois ara trong quatrin lay text. Chapter 9. Yuan Lang, here to eat. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. In the end, Yang Shouyang had no choice but to step down. Other students will continue to introduce themselves and then start selecting class committee members. Yuan Lang had long wanted to leave, but now he is the focus of the whole audience. If he just left like this, it wouldn't be good, everyone would have noticed. So this is the trouble of becoming famous. If Xiaoyu leaves now, no one will notice. Yuan Lang only wants to be a little transparent, but his strength does not allow it. Okay, let's select the class monitor now. If any student wants to run for class monitor, they can raise their hand. Yang Wei said. Scream. Scream. Immediately, 3 people raised their hands. The first one must be Yang Shouyang, the class monitor who is determined to win. Then there is a boy named Wu Zhuoheng and a girl named Yu Huiwen. But most people are looking at Yuan Lang. Even Yang Wei asked a question. Yuan Lang, are you running for class monitor? However, Yuan Lang shook his head. Sorry, teacher. I have my own plans for college life and currently do not plan to run for the position of class monitor. Yuan Lang said. In fact, he is purely lazy. He usually asks Shunzi to scan the QR code when he checks out. How could he be willing to be the class monitor? Especially the class monitor in the university, it's not very useful, and the effort is not pleasing. That's really regrettable. Yang Wei nodded. As a result, Yang Shouyang continues to receive critical hits. He suddenly had a feeling that even if he succeeded in his election, he would still pick up Yuan Lang and not want it. If Yuan Lang wants to be the class monitor, he will definitely be elected. Yang Shou gritted his teeth with a foreign aura, feeling that this damn Yuan Lang was simply his lifelong enemy. In the end, Yang Shouyang was elected as the class monitor. And the girl named Yu Huiwen, although she said a lot of good things, only received 3 votes because she was not good looking. It's probably the votes cast by her 3 roommates in her dormitory. After the class monitor, there was also a deputy class monitor, and this time Wu Zhuoheng was elected. Yu Huiwen was once again defeated and looked almost crying. In addition, there are also some positions such as cultural commissar, psychological commissar, and sports commissar. Finally, military training uniforms were distributed, and the class meeting came to a complete end. Yuan Lang couldn't sit still long ago and immediately walked out of the classroom. Go straight to another teaching building. Yuan Ting has already told him the address, and Jiang Xiaoyu is there. Yuan Lang ran wildly all the way, and Yuan Ting followed behind. Because he thinks that his fellow villager, Taozi, doesn't like to eat coriander, looks good and wants to develop. Yes, not only does he love gossip and sugar, but he even wants to talk about a girlfriend. Yuan Lang ran to the door of a classroom panting heavily and saw Jiang Xiaoyu sitting quietly in the back row of the classroom. Next to Jiang Xiaoyu is a girl with short hair, a round face, a bit baby fat, and looks quite cute. Brother Lang, is my fellow villager okay? Yuan Ting followed closely behind and stood next to Yuan Lang, asking. Thank you, Tingzi. I'll treat you to lunch and invite Chaozi and Daxu. Yuan Lang said and walked into the classroom. Upon hearing the commotion, Jiang Xiaoyu and Peach all looked over. Jiang Xiaoyu's peach blossom eyes were filled with surprise, staring intently at Yuan Lang. Taozi scrutinized Yuan Lang up and down, unsure of what he was thinking. Little fish, what did you eat in the morning? Yuan Lang sat down next to Xiaoyu and asked. Baozi, filled with meat, delicious. Yuan Lang, here you go. Xiaoyu spoke and took out a plastic bag from a cloth backpack, which contained a bun. Yuan Lang's heart suddenly trembled. This girl was specially left for herself. Because she had never eaten such delicious steamed buns before, the first thing that came to her mind was to give them to Yuan Lang. Even though the bun had already cooled down, Yuan Lang still took it and took a big bite. It's delicious. Thank you, little fish. To thank you, I'll take you to buy a phone for us to contact. Yuan Lang chewed on the buns and said. Ah. Jiang Xiaoyu suddenly panicked. She knows that a phone is a very expensive thing. How can she exchange a bun for a phone? No way, Yuan Lang. I can't take it. Jiang Xiaoyu immediately rejected Yuan Lang. This gave Yuan Lang a headache. How can Jiang Xiaoyu accept his kindness with peace of mind? There's really no good way. I have found a part-time job, and once I make money, I can buy a phone. Jiang Xiaoyu looked at Taozi's phone while speaking. Taozi's phone is placed on the desktop, and there is also a pink phone case with diamonds on it, sparkling and beautiful. It can be seen that Jiang Xiaoyu is very envious. What she envies the most is that Taozi clicked on her phone, and then Yuan Lang came. It's really amazing. If you also have a mobile phone, you can talk to Yuan Lang anytime and anywhere. Thinking of this, Jiang Xiaoyu felt very happy and full of motivation. She made up her mind to buy a mobile phone through part-time work. Taozi has already helped her look, and the cheapest smartphone only costs a few hundred yuan. If it's second-hand, then it's even lower. What part-time job? Yuan Lang quickly asked. It's distributing flyers for 15 yuan per hour. I can buy a phone by working for 20 hours. The little fish said happily. But Yuan Lang felt a pang of heartache. A smartphone worth 300 yuan, if you say it works, it can indeed be used. But it's not easy to use. And you want Xiaoyu to distribute flyers. Goo goo. At this moment, the little fish's belly let out 2 cries. She felt very embarrassed and lowered her head again. Yuan Lang finally realized that the steamed bun in his hand should have been Xiaoyu's breakfast. She didn't eat enough herself just to keep it for Yuan Lang. Actually, small fish are malnourished. Although they look good, their skin doesn't have much blood color. Overall, they are relatively thin and weak. On this hot day, let her distribute flyers and earn 15 yuan per hour. She works part-time for a whole day and doesn't earn as much as Yuan Lang's daily interest on savings. Of course Yuan Lang knows, it can't be calculated like this, it can't be compared like this. But he just loves the little fish. Xiaoyu, let's go eat first. After dinner, I'll lend you money to buy a phone, and you just need to pay me back slowly. Yuan Lang finished eating the steamed buns and said to the little fish. If you refuse me, I will ignore you. Yuan Lang threatened. Upon hearing these words, the little fish suddenly panicked. She could only nod and agree. Yuan Lang just smiled. Taozi, thank you for contacting me this time. Let's have a meal together. Yuan Lang extended an invitation to Peach. Peach's eyes flickered and then nodded. When they arrived at the south gate, Chaozi and Daxu had already been waiting here. Chaozi's face was full of smiles, and after seeing Yuan Lang, he waved and shouted wildly. It's great to have another meal. The group arrived at Shiwaishan and sat down. Yuan Lang handed over the task of ordering dishes directly to Chaozi. Chaozi is not polite either. He is very realistic and ordered a large table. Especially for the dishes that were crossed out by the Su and Yuan Ting last time, he emphasized the key points and emphasized them. He had a greasy mouth and a happy smile during this meal. After dinner, Yuan Lang, Jiang Xiaoyu, Yuan Ting, and Tao Zi went together to buy a mobile phone. They were all paired up, and Desu and Chaozi didn't come over. Instead, they returned to the dormitory, mainly because the weather outside was too hot. The military training will start tomorrow, so it's not allowed to expose a layer of skin to the sun. Little fish, I suddenly feel a little thirsty. Can you go buy me a bottle of water? Yuan Lang pointed to a convenience store in front and asked. Chapter 10. Xiaoyu's mobile phone. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. The innocent little fish didn't think much and immediately ran to buy water for Yuan Lang. And Yuan Lang chose this convenience store for a reason. Because there are many people in this convenience store, there is a long queue at the checkout counter. This gives him ample time to deploy. Taozi, Tingzi, I need your cooperation next. Play. Yuan Lang smiled and said. At this point, both of them had already guessed Yuan Lang's thoughts. Soon, Yuan Ting left first and went to a mobile phone specialty store ahead. Only Yuan Lang and Tao Zi are left. Peach was originally named Yang Tao, and everyone around her called her Peach. Tao Zi, how is the atmosphere in your dormitory? Does anyone look down on the little fish? Yuan Lang asked. Upon hearing this, Peach shook her head. Everyone knows about Xiaoyu's situation and sympathizes with her. Another roommate wants to give money directly to Xiaoyu, but Xiaoyu doesn't want it. And with me around, you don't have to worry about this. Peach said. That's good. If you have any questions, please contact me promptly. Let's add a friend first. Yuan Lang took out his phone and said. Taozi also took out her phone and scanned Yuan Lang. But she always has a hesitant expression. Taozi, do you have anything to say? Yuan Lang asked directly. Upon hearing this, Taozi seemed to have made up her mind. Lift your head and look at Yuan Lang. Yuan Lang, do you want to play with little fish's emotions? As soon as Peach spoke, Yuan Lang was startled. Do I look so scumbag? No. I really like Xiaoyu. I want to protect her and be with her. Yuan Lang was very honest and directly expressed his inner thoughts. It's really a feeling, not out of sympathy. Yuan Lang can still distinguish this point. You are a wealthy second generation, and there will be no shortage of women around you. You will definitely hurt the little fish in the end. Taozi swore confidently. As if she had already witnessed that scene with her own eyes. No, you're just looking at people with colored glasses. Are all the wealthy second generation scumbags playing with women everywhere? Yuan Lang argued with reason. Taozi wanted to say something more, but Xiaoyu had already run over with a plastic bag in hand. There are 3 bottles of mineral water inside. They are for Yuan Lang, Yuan Ting, and Peach. Only she doesn't have her own. Because she is unwilling to buy water to drink. A bottle of water costs 1 yuan. Thank you, little fish. You treat me to water, I treat you to milk tea. Yuan Lang couldn't help but walk towards a milk tea shop ahead, pulling the small fish. The little fish's expression changed. Some expectations, but also some timidity. Milk tea is a brand new thing for her. I have never had contact with it before. It's like the coffee I drank at Cat Cafe yesterday, it's like something called ka or no. Drink well. I heard milk tea is also delicious, so who is better between milk tea and coffee? But how much will milk tea sell for? Xiaoyu was pulled by Yuan Lang and came to the milk tea shop. She glanced at the price list and was startled. A girl happened to come out holding a cup of milk tea. Is this just a cup of food? The cheapest one costs more than 10 yuan. Xiaoyu has set a standard for himself that his daily expenses should not exceed 10 yuan. She saves a little, 10 yuan can eat 3 meals. But to my surprise, I couldn't even buy a cup of milk tea for 10 yuan. Yuan Lang has already taken out his phone and started scanning codes to place orders, and these operations are completely incomprehensible to little fish. Shunzi is not here, and I have to scan the code myself. It's too troublesome. Find a way to bring Shunzi to Kyoto University. Yuan Lang pondered in his heart. It still needs to be smooth, it's easy to use. You can give orders as you please. After all, the relationship is there, and the two of them know the root of it. When the milk tea was ready and Yuan Ting returned, he blinked at Yuan Lang. Yuan Lang nodded and handed him a cup of milk tea. "Brother Lang, how do you know I love drinking this milk tea?" "Thank you, Brother Lang." Yuan Ting grinned, grabbed the straw, and took a sip and drank half of the cup. Xiaoyu held the milk tea in both hands and took a careful sip. Then he widened his eyes. "How sweet. It's both fragrant and sweet, it's a taste I've never tasted before. Yuan Lang, I'll give you the money." The little fish spoke and took out his small cloth bag. "Here we go again. They all said they would treat you to a drink. If you insist on giving it, I'll throw the money in the trash can," Yuan Lang threatened. Upon hearing this, Xiaoyu put away the small cloth bag in fear. 4 people together, holding milk tea, arrived at the mobile phone store. A female shop assistant with a ponytail lit up and immediately smiled. "Welcome. You guys are so lucky to have caught up with our store's anniversary celebration. As long as you enter the store, you can participate in a lottery and have a chance to win a big prize. TSK, this acting is a bit exaggerated. And what is she excited about?" Wang Ping is indeed very excited. Reading shops is a boring thing on weekdays, and her favorite thing is to read some online novels. Fantasizing the appearance of a Prince Charming, taking care of oneself in every way possible. And now, this Prince Charming has appeared. Although not your own Prince Charming, it's okay. It's like the plot of a novel shining into reality. This tall, handsome, and wealthy boy wants everyone to cooperate with him, play a role, and buy a phone for a poor girl. How could Wang Ping not be excited? There aren't many opportunities, first come, first served. Please quickly participate in the lottery. Wang Ping's tone has changed. At this point, Yuan Ting had already walked over and reached into a transparent glass box. There are only 4 lottery tickets left in the glass box. Yuan Ting took out a picture and opened it to take a look. Wow! I won the prize. It's the 6th prize. Yuan Ting's acting skills are also quite explosive. It's completely fake at first glance, so it's just deceiving the little fish. Congratulations, congratulations. The 6th prize is a phone case, please feel free to choose. Wang Ping and Yuan Ting sang together, creating a lively atmosphere. A peach-covered black line walked over and drew a lottery ticket. I won the 3rd prize, what is it? Peach took a sip of milk tea and asked. Congratulations on winning the 3rd prize. The 3rd prize is 100 yuan for the phone bill. Recharge now. Wang Ping took out her phone and charged Peach 100 yuan for her phone bill. Next is Yuan Lang, who also drew a lottery ticket to open it. It's a 2nd prize. Yuan Lang himself didn't know what the 2nd prize was. However, these prizes have already been paid for. He directly gave Yuan Ting 10,000 yuan to arrange this matter. This handsome guy, the 2nd prize is a Bluetooth earphone worth 800 yuan. Come on, this is a prize. Wang Ping quickly took out a Bluetooth earphone and handed it to Yuan Lang. Now, there is only the last lottery ticket left in the glass box. The other 3 lottery tickets were stacked together, except for this one, lying alone in the corner. As if waiting for the little fish all along. Little fish, it's your turn. Yuan Lang pushed the small fish to the glass box. The little fish felt very novel and reached out his little hand to take out the lottery ticket. There are 3 big red characters written on the lottery ticket. Special prize. Wow! Wow! Surprisingly, it's a special prize. The female clerk Wang Ping broke the sound directly. Yuan Ting also began to scream and dance, asking what the special prize was. Taozi was very helpless and had no choice but to follow the performance with an envious expression. It has to be said that her acting skills are actually the best. The special prize is a 3,000 yuan coupon. Can be used to purchase our store's flagship product, the latest Mimi phone. This phone is the king of cost-effectiveness. The original price was 398 yuan, but now the special price is only 3,388 yuan. If you use this coupon, you only need it, 388. 388, take your Mimi phone home. Wang Ping has also overcome her addiction to being a sales anchor. The little fish was immersed in a huge surprise and couldn't come to his senses. Is there such a good thing? She looked at the phone that Wang Ping took out and felt even more advanced than Peaches. In the end, Xiaoyu reluctantly paid and obtained the phone. After everything was done, the first thing Xiaoyu did was add Yuan Lang's phone number with his new phone. And I called Yuan Lang.